especially striking in that face with its deathly pallor, which gave the whole of the young man's physiognomy an emaciated look, in spite of his rather sturdy build at the same time, imparting to it something passionate to the point of suffering. That was out of harmony with his coarse and insolent smile, and his black wool-lined sheepskin overcoat, and had not felt the cold overnight, whereas his neighbor had been compelled to endure on his shivering back all the delights of a damp November Russian night, for which he was obviously not prepared. He wore a rather capacious, thick, sleeveless cloak with an enormous hood, of the kind often used in the winter in such far-off places such as Switzerland or northern Italy, by travelers who do not, of course, have to reckon with the distance between points so far removed as Eidkunen and St. Petersburg. But what had been suitably and thoroughly satisfactory in Italy turned out to be not Wally and so in Russia. The wearer of the cloak with the hood was a young man, also about 26 or 27, of slightly above average height, and with very thick, fair hair, sunken cheeks, and a light, pointed, almost completely white little beard. His eyes were large, blue, and fixed. In their gaze, there was something quite quiet, but heavy, and they were filled with that strange expression by which some can detect epilepsy at first glance of a person. The young man's face was, however, pleasant, delicate, and lean, though colorless, and now so cold that it was positively blue. In his hands dangled a thin bundle made of old, faded silk. Apparently containing all of his traveling possessions, he wore thick-soled shoes with buttoned gaiters, all quite un-Russian. Dark-haired neighbor and a wool-lined sheepskin coat observed all this partly because he had nothing else to do, and, at last, with that insensitive smile in which people do, or people so unceremoniously and carelessly express their satisfaction at the misfortunes of a neighbor, inquired, "Chilly?" and hunched his shoulders. "Yes, indeed," the neighbor replied with extreme readiness. "And mind you, there's still a thaw. What would it be like in a frost?"